Good morning. This morning I have a bag of carrots because this is my breakfast today. It's about 9 here where I am. Some things have been very challenging for me this week, given all the meetings I've had are across time zones. So if that's something that others have to deal with, coordinating times with people on Central Time, right? People on European Time, all the fucking time zones. Getting it all together, and no one realizes that you're on Pacific Time. So they tell you 9 a.m. and you're like, wait, which time zone are you talking about? Because I'm not on European Time anymore, right? There are so many things to talk about today. So many things. So, if you haven't been keeping up with African news, let me just fill you in. So, it looks like 5 African nations, and possibly more than that, who were paying a tax to France. And let's break down this tax really quick. So, basically, when slavery ended, that cost France a lot of money. So France imposed a tax on these African nations. So every year, these African nations, like Burkina Faso was one of them, they were paying about 85% of their yearly revenue or something to France. And as of very, very recently, they said, fuck that shit, we're not doing this. Now, I feel like I read this somewhere, and then some girl shared a video of Vic Mensa. I don't even know who the fuck Vic Mensa is, but he basically made a little parody of it. No part of that is funny, but also France is broke. Like, broke. Now, I feel like it's more of a wake-up call for the other European nations to realize it's almost a wake-up call for everybody, right? Because I think there's some magical idea that, like, they're producing shit and that it has nothing to do with black people. People always love to say that. And then the black people leave and the money ain't there no more. And all of a sudden, all these problems start creeping up. And the reason is, like, for instance, everyone says no one gives a shit about representation. Fuck DEI. Black women don't buy makeup or whatever. And then you start looking at the numbers and it's like, oh, well, actually, the black women are considered like the ugliest and the most unattractive, supposedly, by everybody else. But they spend the most money on the beauty products. Like, how is it that black women haven't figured out nothing about hair, but they're spending like billions of dollars on hair products every year? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It doesn't make no sense. Right? So these African nations are basically like, fuck you, France. We're not giving you no money, nothing. Don't talk to us no more. Now, I saw some British guy who comes on and he's like, yeah, we got problems, Brits. Like, we got some real shit going on. Like, we actually needed that cash from Africa. And now the Africans are like, fuck you, colonialism, imperialism, we're not giving you nothing, we hate you. Now, I think there's something else too. With all the Charlie Kirk shit happening, I feel like white Americans are having their first wake-up call since maybe the civil rights era that, like, way more black people don't like you than you, like, could have even imagined. Like, a very large percentage. Like, this has nothing to do with that one man. It's not really about that at all. I think this is why, I don't know, I guess you have to just be rational in a way where you would give a shit about, like, the downstream effects of shit. Like, when you look at things from a place of, like, let me think about how this benefits me today, right now. Then you could see how, like, representation wouldn't be important. Because you'd just be like, okay, let me just pick my homies and get all my homies to work with me. And then we will win. Because, like, that's the big idea, right? After all the shit was stolen, after all the cotton was picked, after all the slaves were killed, everything went down, right? So now you actually have winners. It's like, maybe this is a good time to introduce the Princeton KKK Karens. Now, I haven't told this. I kind of told the story before, but let's really put some names to faces. So the Princeton KKK Karens are this group of Karens on the campus, and they are the descendants of plantation owners. Now, they have sweatshirts, they have groups, they have meetings, all type of, like, it's on campus. It's like a funny running joke. We hate black people. Slavery was wonderful. It brought our families a lot of money. Now, if you're not on that campus, you wouldn't know that exists, right? Obviously, most black people are on that campus, so they don't know. Now, unfortunately for me, I do have friends who are on that campus, and they had to literally walk past the KKK Karens. And those bitches think it's really funny. It's funny to them, right? So, now that you know that the KKK Karens exist, does that change anything in your life? No. The KKK Karens are going to keep going, right? They're not going to stop wearing their sweatshirts. They're going to keep wearing their sweatshirts. And I'm going to keep making fun of them. Even though it's not funny. No part of it is funny. But let's go back over our 360 circle. See, here's how it goes. Up, 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 down, 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 around, around. See how that went all the way around? You can edit if you want. You can clip and pretend like that circle didn't come all the way around. Because the KKK Karens have been having the time of their lives for a minute. They've been sitting on top of the world. Ode to Brandy, right? They've been having a grand old time. It's real funny when you're the beneficiary, right, of oppression. Now, what happens when the money runs dry? Does the money ever run dry? What if the dollar loses its currency? What if all the other people who aren't white realize, like, damn, y'all created a whole system, a currency, a banking system that is all tied to anti-black racism. So we don't actually want to trade with you anymore. We aren't even accepting dollars, pounds, Hungarian francs. We are not accepting that currency any longer. Uh-oh. See what happens when you take yourself out of the whole system? Now, I talked about this week, and I will just, like, I just want you to know that it happened. Just so that you can kind of enter my world a little bit more. And this isn't necessarily my world anymore, but I think it's useful to paint a picture. So a couple days ago, Jidenna had some talk with Google. Why? Nobody knows. Jidenna's not an engineer. Why the fuck is he talking to Google? Well, in the height of racial tensions all around the globe, instead of Google being like, we care about diversity and inclusion, or we give a shit about black people, they will never say that. That's too controversial. They want to pick a token African and say, hey, look, we had a conversation with one. Now, why should you care about this? You should not. And you should realize who Jidenna is, right? This is another reason I continue to talk about the Pedigree Princess. The Stanford Blacks are like a different creed. They care about capitalism. That's not a bad thing. Sure, care about capitalism. Sure. Capital is important. I'm not saying that it's not important. It is. At the same time, this isn't a time to start having conversations about unity. When we were having the how do you say, the pipeline was open when we had DEI programs. That was the opportunity to talk about the inclusion. But if you don't care about it, then what, like, there's nothing else to talk about. And that's what really confuses me. Like, so much, you know? I don't know. It can't just be me. It's also kind of frustrating to, like, realize that, like, how do you say? There's just so many people who know so little about politics, but then they keep talking about politics. If you don't know shit, just don't say anything. But don't attribute every single thing that's political to God. That's also very strange. Like, I don't know who's getting that. Like, how did that become your go-to? That's weird. I don't know. And I feel bad too, because like all the Habesha girls keep doing this, and it's like really bothering me. Because it's like, you're not that dumb. Like, you live in the same society that we live in. You know what I mean? Like, it's ugh. It's just a lot. It's a lot. I also, maybe you guys can help me make this decision, but like, I have been really trying to sit and think about whether it's even worth me going to LA. Like, I'm kind of feeling like, no. I want to eat LA. It's been, like, it seems great. Like, I audited that city for a day. It was kind of cool. There was still a lot of things I had questions about. There's still Taj there, but also, I literally signed up to go to Ethiopia, and maybe we should just, like, go there. Because, like, what's the point? Like, it just really feels like... I learned recently that both Lucas and Seren are in LA, and I seriously want to meet Lucas and Seren. But there's a lot of people who I don't want to see on the daily. And I feel like that might cause me a lot more stress than... just simply going to Ethiopia and like, I don't know the people there. I know my host, but I don't know anyone else. Well, I haven't met him in person, but you get what I'm saying. Ugh. It's a lot. I also think I want to give like a shout out to Sovereign Woman, who's been pretty great. But if you didn't see it, I'll share it. It's this video of this girl and her, like, I guess her husband goes missing. And she's like talking to the reporter. She's like, well, he's gone, but I don't miss him. He was awful. He was too controlling. I'm happy that he's gone. she was like, but I'll cry for the camera to make him feel better, so that you don't think I didn't kill him. And then she was saying something about how she did jail time before because she like set her ex-boyfriend on fire. The whole thing is so funny, and she doesn't realize that it's a live interview. And then she finally realizes it after she's like 2 minutes in. And she's like, wait, did somebody say that this is live? She was like... And the reporter just like starts laughing. The whole thing is so funny. It's so funny. Maybe I'll clip that into the beginning of this because it's hilarious. Honestly, it's very funny. Man. It just seems kind of like a fitting description of men. Oh, maybe I will work on that today. I will actually make an account that's more like Olivia's politics. I guess some of it is interesting, but like, as a moderate, right, like, I'm informed by a lot of different groups and, how do you say it, like, thinkers. Like, I'm pretty issue specific, and then I'm pretty identity specific. And I will say, I'm trying to, like, get through, it's an old book, actually. It's an old book by Ben Shapiro, and it's something about the West. It's like, the right side of history. But this came out a while ago, but he's talking about, what is it, Judeo-Christian values, and how, like, the civic principles from Athens and the Judeo-Christian religious philosophy has propelled the West forward while other societies have failed. I think that there's a lot of hedonism in the West. Like, to me, as I look around America, it feels like the country has been overtaken by white gays and black gays. I don't really see anybody else, though. It's like white gays and black gays who can't live anywhere else. That's what I see. But maybe there is something else. I feel like I missed it. And then I see, like, OnlyFans girls, and I see athletes. So I see, like, white gays, black gays, OnlyFans girls, and athletes. But there's not really any space for anybody else. And no part of that ecosystem has anything to do with Judeo-Christian values or morality. That is hedonism on a platform. And that is what I would call America. Like, and they've been selling this shit for years. Like, the OnlyFans whores are international. So I don't even know how this is I don't know. It's a global platform. So what are we really saying here? What are people actually doing? I feel like maybe the Bible is just a prop. It's like you carry it around, but you never open it or read it. You just, like, hold it up, and you're like, Instagram. What? I don't get it. It's almost like if you sit and you talk about, like, using people's pronouns, right? I never understood the pronoun thing, but I would still, like, if someone asks me or refers to themselves in a pronoun, I would happily refer to them in that pronoun, but it's like a thing of sarcasm, because if you're a man, I don't see you as a woman. The whole point. Then you have to start making, like, different terms. I just think that the biology part, nobody clearly cares about. Like, I think maybe, like, the YNs are too dumb to even understand, like, what reproduction is. So that's why they could kill their own lineage and make rap songs about it like it's funny. And then expect anybody to care about their actual lives. Make it make sense.